Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today we will be launching a few EC2 instances with Terraform. I've done some guides previously on how to use AWS within the console, but I think today would be a very good precursor for things to come. So let's get started. I'm using a Visual Code Studio, but please use whichever IDE or code editor you are comfortable with. So first we would need to install AWS CLI. I'll link the documentation within the description, and we would also need to install Terraform. I'm currently using Windows, and the way to install it with Windows is to download the zip file, unzip it, add the executable to an environment variable, specify your environment variable path, and then add wherever you have saved the Terraform installer to that. I've actually saved my AWS credentials within my user variable files, which is why I have not opened my environment variables, because they would be on display. But I can also show you how to configure that within the console. So first, while we're actually in Visual Code Studio, go into extensions and make sure you get Terraform HashiCorp. It should be the second one. Yep, there you go. So coming back to here, to configure AWS within the terminal, first you would need to type in AWS configure. Then it will ask for the access key ID, secret access key, default region name, and output format. To get this information, it's within the console. You should be able to go into the console, click the name, and then security credentials. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. So once that's configured, to get the Terraform code we'll be starting with, we can get it from the documentation, which I'll also link. What we'll need is Terraform down to region. And just to explain the code, Terraform required providers, AWS as specified. Terraform has quite a few providers, quite a few to go through, but within the documentation you should see the range of them. The source is HashiCorp, and then AWS provider version is the most recent version of date, and again clarifying the provider within the registry. And region, I'm going to use US West 2. Just to note on this, when we are collecting the AMI for the instances we are launching, AMIs are specific to region. So whichever region you collect it from, please also be specific within your AWS console. US West 2 is here. That's why I've configured this file for it here. So first thing we need to do is Terraform init. Initially, I've actually had a problem with this where Terraform did not update my infrastructure. So what I would recommend is anybody that's using Terraform for the first time, make sure you save these files. So I've saved the provider one, and then I'm going to save the main one as well. This way, what's actually saved within my infrastructure is what I've actually written. Again, that might come a bit confusing, but it would make sense as you see when it's initialized, as well as when I plan it. Okay, great. So that's been initialized. Everything's set up there and ready to use. Now I need to configure my main file, and the extension has to be TF. So onto the main file, we'll start with resource AWS instance web, and then curly braces AMI, then AMI. We need to grab this from the console. So it would be within instances, launch instance. I'm going to be using Amazon Linux 2023. the AMI is here. I'll copy all of it and then replace it. So AMI is there. And then instance type will be t2.micro. Yeah, t2.micro, then three spaces, tab. I think the name needs to be in capital, so we'll put it like that for now. And this will be the name of the instance. Instance using Terraform. Just to double check. So to see how it might come out, I'll actually save it, just in case it's not saved as my initial one. So saved it and then Terraform plan. And this should show me how it would look if I was to apply this current instance configuration. Great, so we can see on the name it is instance using Terraform. And if I scroll up a bit, I'll see, yep, resource, AWS, AMI is as described here. Great, so this is as configured. Just to let you know, whenever you see settings like this with a plus sign, it means that this is what's going to be created within your AWS instance. As you can see in the plan to add, when it's green with a plus side, it's add. When it's yellow, it's something that's going to be changed, and when it's red, it's something that's going to be destroyed. So let's look to change something in the instance actually. Let's change it to T3 small. It hasn't actually been added yet, so let's actually create that instance first. So let's load up the instance first. So Terraform apply, no, it's actually auto approve. So Terraform apply dash auto approve. Terra, I'm just getting everything wrong. Terraform apply auto approve. There we go. Yeah, so this should add it in around 30 to 40 seconds. Great, so apply complete, resource added. We can actually test this has been added in both the CLI and the console. If I remember the AWS EC2 describe, it's described something. Let me see if I can. So it's describe. So AWS EC2 describe hosts. It did not show me the host. Okay, let's go to the console straight away. Load up instances, refresh, and we can see it's been created. Open up the instance. We can see the name here, instance using Terraform. The AMI is here. So yeah, Amazon Linux. So we know it's the instance we created. So let's change the instance with T3 small Terraform plant. Interesting. Let me make sure it's not a save thing again. Good. So as we can see with the yellow squiggly lines, we're going to be changing our instance from T2 micro to T3 small. And now I'm going to apply that change. Terraform apply auto. Actually, let me show you what the prompt would look like without auto approval. Terraform apply. Yeah, so you can see enter the value yes, will be accepted, yes. And it should change that in around 30 seconds. While it's making that change, let's just confirm instance type is T2 micro. Good. Okay, so apply complete, resources 1 changed, 0 destroyed. And we can check that with going back to instances, T3 small. Great, so that's been changed. We've confirmed it works. Okay, so now if we wanted to add, let's say, 5 different T3 small Amazon Linux instances, we would type in count equals 5 and then go into Terraform plan just to see how it would look. And within the plan we can see 4 to add, 0 to change, 0 to destroy. So let's confirm that Terraform apply auto approve, and it should confirm these changes. Okay, so creating instance 2, 3, 4, 1. Apply complete, 4 resources added. Let's check. Refresh. Nice, and we can see 2, 3, 4, 1, 5. Complete 5 resources here. Great. Now, if you're not on the free version and you want to get rid of all of these quickly, this is where we apply Terraform destroy. Well, we don't type in apply, just Terraform destroy, and then it should destroy the resources we've just created. Actually, we'll Terraform destroy. Good, yep. So now it shows us what it plans to destroy. It plans to destroy all 5 resources within this configuration. This will be the same for all of them. So let's apply that and see the effect. Yes. Okay, great. So we can see destroy complete, resources 5 destroyed. And if we check that in the console, all of them have been terminated. So they've definitely been destroyed. And that concludes it for creating and destroying EC2 instances within AWS with Terraform. Thank you for watching, and if you have any questions or suggestions, please let me know in the comments.